Yeah, I'm really glad to see all of you. And welcome to the closing session of what has been a great conference of the Left Forum, the largest conference ever. I don't know about you, but I've been here since sometimes Friday afternoon. I did go home to sleep a couple of times, and I went to lots of panels. I chaired a lot of panels, actually. And I'm so pleased. We have more people here than ever before. We have more young people here than ever before. We have lots of undergrads. We have high school students. We have lots of people who work in the communities. We have activists. And a lot of people who've come here for the first time. Tonight, I'm going to talk a little bit first, but just a little bit. And then, you won't believe this, but we're going to have Karl Marx here for real. Karl Marx is going to come out and perform for us. And then we're going to hear from Arundhati Roy. Can you imagine? And then Noam Chomsky is going to, as the program said, we, all of us, are dedicating this evening to a great, grand man who was our comrade, who died in January, Howard Zinn. Howard was a beloved figure. He was my friend for, about 40 years. And I want to tell you why he was so admired and so loved by so many of us. First, and some historians don't know this yet, Howard Zinn was a great historian. He was a fine historian. He was part of a generation of historians who tried to redress the traditional emphasis that historians had placed not only on war and the affairs of state, but on princes, kings, presidents, legislatures. Howard, following in the footsteps of the British social historians who also studied the lives and political actions of ordinary people, Howard studied the lives and the magnificent moments when ordinary people burst into politics and reshaped the course of American history. Howard told us about American history from Columbus on to today, focusing on Native Americans, on slaves, on women, on labor protesters, on anti-war protesters, on civil rights protesters. His work was distinctive for its sweep, its lucidity, and you know, people learned how special it was. When that book first came out around 79 or 80, like a lot of books written by professors, it didn't have a big sale, but it had a kind of rolling motion. People who bought the book told other people who bought the book about the book. High school teachers who assigned the book told other high school teachers about the book, and undergraduate teachers. And in the end, the People's History of the United States sold over 2 million copies. And then came People's Voices. And you know, there's something else about Howard's work. It was living work in the sense that he revised it. It changed. There were a lot of editions of People's History. The first edition was full of empathy and compassion for the poor people, the working people, the underdogs of American history. But as he thought about it and wondered about it and revised that book, the stories, the accounts, the narrative changed. So not only were these people magnificent for their testimony to their experience and their environment, but they were magnificent also because they were changing the United States. Well, there was another facet to Howard that I think helps explain why he was so beloved. I certainly think it's why I loved him as a good friend. And that is that he didn't make a big fuss about his politics. He didn't say, look at me. Look at how courageous I am. Look at how hard I work. Look at the risks I take. He never said that. He did work hard. He did have courage. He did take risks, paid costs, but he was not a martyr. And you know why he was not a martyr? He was not a martyr. He did not think of himself for a moment as a martyr because he understood that he was having such a good time, that he was having such a good life, that the political life was the good life. You know, he took some knocks for his political activism, both at Spelman, where he was fired, and at Boston University, where John Silber froze his salary. But never was there the hint of martyrdom at Howard's recounting of these events. Howard understood that he was, in fact, blessed with the special joy of an engaged and politically active life, with the pleasures of solidarity and comradeship, with the exhilaration of exerting oneself and even risking something to make an imprint on one's community, one's society. Howard never pretended to be a hero. It wasn't exactly modesty. He knew he was living the good life and enjoying himself too much. With that, I want to turn the stage over to our own Karl Marx. Join me in welcoming him.
You've been listening to the first 9 minutes of the final plenary session from the 2010 Left Forum. This program features Francis Fox Piven, Brian Jones, Arundhati Roy, and Noam Chomsky. The program is available in full at the PDX Justice Media Productions website at pdxjustice.org and at the Vimeo Home for Videos at vimeo.com. Search on the keywords PDX Justice, Left Forum, and Chomsky.
Thank God. An audience. Good of you to come. You weren't put off by all those people who said Marx is dead. Well, I am. And I'm not. That's dialectics for you.